Let's talk a little bit about the growth and the evolution of pitching performance Hawaii. Like what's, starting off, you already moved into a bigger space, which is excellent, right? You can help more people, but talk about the evolution, maybe things that you've learned personally too, or other things that you've learned from the growth of just more athletes coming through.
I think, if the evolution of it, I think it kind of started fairly, I think like once everything kind of started hitting the ground, things kind of evolved pretty rapidly. I was real big on, I would do these real elaborate initial evals. Like I would, do all of the external, internal rotation. I would do the flexion. I would do, dynamometer stuff. I would do grip strength, all these kinds of things. Right. And I do it, and I go by 45-minute to hour increments, with my schedule. And like, by the time I'm done with my eval, like they haven't even thrown a ball and it's like half an hour into it. So I'm like, okay, I can't do that, as much as I would like to, and as much as I would like one day to look at all of those numbers and try and like extrapolate some things out of it. My day-to-day operation, that doesn't lend itself to something like that, especially when you have, you're with a player or you're with an athlete and then your 11 o'clock comes early and you're just like looking at them and you're like, okay, just hold on. So that kind of whole thing. So just to kind of streamline things, COVID forced me to do that. So I think that was the one good thing that kind of came out of COVID, is that it really forced me to streamline a lot of the operation stuff, streamline, not cut corners. I don't like to cut corners, obviously, but, making sure that, hey, you're a GERD guy, you have limited internal rotation. I need you to come in 10 minutes early so you can hit the strap, so you can hit the PVC pipe, and so like, for me as the clinician or as the consultant or whatever, I need to make sure that I relay that information and I relay them like, look, this is the point of emphasis here for you right now physiologically. This is how, you're not going to be able to get all of this done inside of the hour, so you need to come a little bit early. So, just being on top of that kind of stuff was super helpful with making sure that everybody's getting what they need.
And the thing that I can relate to, I give you so much credit because it's, it's just you don't have staff, right? So then it's just, there's always going to be a priority list or how to make this more efficient to make the most of their time, right? Because there's so many things you could do with them, but okay, let's pick out the priority of things, right? The other thing that I want to ask you is, as we know, as not only knowledge, progresses in the field, right? Technology does too. And I know you use a lot of different technology things to help to give some objective info or just, help to make the training that much more beneficial, right? Individualized. So talk a little bit about that. What have you seen? What kinds of things? You don't have to explain everything, but what kinds of things do you use and how has that advanced since 2016?
Cameras wise, like I usually use like a, when I opened my company, I invested, $1,500 in a Sony slow high frame rate camera so I can do it, but like, I could. And now, like, I could kind of do the same thing with an iPad. Which is helpful, which I don't have to like set up and plug it in and make sure it's charged and stuff. So that's the big thing that I am now. Prior to COVID, I had all of these ideas that I was gonna, get a TrackMan and get all these things. But as of right now, I think it's on the back burner just because of the majority of my players right now are kind of in that 12 to 14-year-old range.
Got it.
Which they don't need to know why. They don't need to know their curveball spinning 3,000 RPMs. Like they don't need to know that, my curveball needs to be at a 130 spin axis. Like, that's just not, what I need. And especially with, a lot of the subscription software stuff, do I want to really keep paying $150 a month, just to have the software, I don't know. But, I'm a big video guy. That's something that I think is helpful. I think everybody to a point understands understands and trusts their eyes. And so when they're seeing things on video where it's like, hey, you're doing this at this point, I think it kind of makes a little more sense. There's so much technology right out there that, everything has a piece of the puzzle that it fits into, right? But it's like, what do you really need? And to just initial development, right, of these younger athletes, it's,
we can still develop you very well, right? Without all of the technical tools. But it's good to know that what is out there and keep up with, you know, kind of what's progressing and what kind of information, new information that we can apply to, you know, coaching and the athletes.